Welcome back to the RV Rundown. I'm your host, Barry, and this is a segment where we check out some of the hottest floor plans on the market today. I'm standing inside something really cool. This is a GeoPro 19FBS. This is a 2023 model, so it's got all the latest stuff. It hasn't really changed that much from 2022, but I really love the fit and finish of these. I think they're excellent for their size. This thing is just under 21 feet long, and it only weighs about 3,400 pounds dry. So this is super accessible to most of the SUV, large SUV market and small truck market. It's lifted, it sits on AT tires. We'll see that outside. There's just so many cool things about that. But let's get started right here. I'm in the front of the camper where I have windows on either side of me and a nice big automotive window in the front. That's automotive glass that's looking out over the front cap. I'm sitting on a decent sized bed at 6'3". I can lay across this. It's not really an issue. And it's tucked into this front cap. I love all of the details that they do here. They think about lots of things. For example, the bed platform is carpet lined. I know that doesn't sound like much, but if you've ever owned a travel trailer before, you know those plywood surfaces can catch and tear up your mattress over time. This makes it so that the mattress is flippable without being too torn up over and over. All of this is sitting next to our closet. So down below we have a hanging closet. There's a rod in here for bringing in clothes as you travel. I could see putting folded clothes up above the bed and putting shelves in here to make it more of a pantry as a custom aftermarket thing. We've got our TV up high. This is on a moving mount, so this can swing out and move around, face the bed, face the couch. Behind it, we've got USB charging ports, even a USB-C port, which is something we don't see that often. Now, this is not ducted air, but that's okay. It's a tiny unit. We've got a decent low-profile air conditioner up top, and it's more than enough to freeze us out of here. Across from our TV, we have the couch. This thing's pretty cool. It's built into the slide. It is a jackknife sofa, and that slide going out just gives us much more floor space. It does have a couple of neat features. It has the cup holders in the center, and if I lift up and pull, it lays flat to create a guest bed. Now, behind it, we have a little table back here. This can be pulled out and set up to dine at during the day or play cards or games at. That's kind of a neat feature. It could even be brought outside under the patio awning and used out there for prep work. Our kitchen is small and concise, but it works. We actually have an oven in here, which is something we don't see super often in these tiny units. Big 3-burner stove with a glass top that's going to help extend our range for prepping. And then under our sink cover, we have a stainless steel sink. That's pretty cool. It's a decent sized sink with a nice high faucet, which means filling up pots and stuff with water for cooking is going to be pretty easy. Storage up top in the form of cabinetry, nothing fancy there, but it's enough to hold the things that we need. As we push towards the back of the camper, I want to point out that on our wall here we have our Go Power panel. This is monitoring our solar charging, so this does have a big solar panel, I should say, up on the roof. And we have the option to put in up to 2 batteries in the battery box that they provided. GeoPro even provides the linkage cables for setting up those 2 batteries. At the very back of the camper, we have our Everchill 12-volt refrigerator. This is decent size. It's even got a pretty good freezer up top. Our High Point microwave above that. And something that I think is neat is they put in a physical on-off switch for the refrigerator, so there's no question whether you have it on or off. The bathroom is pretty decent sized. And as a matter of fact, it's got everything you need. So they put the sink in the bathroom. We've got storage up above in the form of a medicine cabinet, storage down below the sink. And even me at 6'3", I have to get into the skylight here, but I can get into the shower. It's a little tight though. So they've got this nice new enclosure. This is new for this year. It's a magnetic catch that comes around and closes off the shower. I think that's something kind of different. I haven't seen that before. It does seem to be pretty effective. Fantastic fan in here to vent everything out. And another little attention to detail, we'll see that outside. This actually has a max air vent over it, which means that you can run that fan in the rain. As we get towards the end here, I want to point out something that's brand new is the WeRV interface. This has nice physical tactile switches which cut on our lights, run our slides in and out, run our awning in or out, and it allows us to view our tanks. It keeps it lit up. I don't have to click a button to see where my levels are. In addition to that, it gives me information on my battery charge. What's also neat about this is that it goes dormant and goes dark until you walk by it. It has a sensor and it lights up as soon as it feels movement around it. I think that's really slick. It also connects to your phone. So there's an app with this. It runs on Bluetooth. So you can run everything that we see on this panel from your smartphone. Let's go ahead and run the slide in real quick just so that we can see this unit slides in. And there we go. The slide is in. Now, with the slide in this, because it's such a shallow slide, it really gives us pretty well full access to everything in the camper. I can get to my bathroom with ease just as I could before, so coming in through the door and stepping into it's not a problem. Refrigerator, potential pantry, all of my cabinetry is accessible. The only thing I really can't get to or see that well is my air conditioning controls and that solar charge controller. Other than that, the slide could be in on this and it'd be fine. So I think that's pretty cool. That gives it a good high slide in score for me. Let's jump outside and check out some of the features there. Generally speaking, I love the fit and finish on all Rockwood products. The GeoPro is no exception though. Getting started here on the patio side outside, I want to mention that this is aluminum frame-up construction with a fiberglass outer and an Asdel composite interior board. So everything here is water resistant. I love that. They've added some really cool stuff. We have a big electric awning out here. I say big, it's no bigger than an average awning, but on this unit it just feels huge when it's out. Bluetooth speaker outside. These frameless windows look really sharp, and all the GeoPros that I've noticed have this rail system that's on the side of it. They come equipped with a table that hooks directly to the side rail, and in this case we have a griddle. So this in effect becomes an outside kitchen. I love that. They even give you with the griddle a cool little Forest River emblazoned spatula with a bottle opener on the other end. Underneath, you'll see that that's where we hook up our LP back to the griddle, so it does run off of the main LP supply on board. That could also be hooked up to a grill or a fire pit or any other accessory that you might be able to think of. Down low, we have those off-road tires that I spoke of, and they have these awesome rims. They're really pretty for this level of camper. A lot of times all we see is steelies. Down below that, we have a full-size spare, and there's even a sewer hose tube where you can store away your sewer hose with ease. At the very front, we have that pass-through storage, and if you happen to be camping somewhere where there is, you're in the shade and that solar panel up top is not getting it done, we have the ability to hook up yet another solar panel and drag it out into the sun because of the wiring for solar on the side here. That's pretty cool. Let's move back to the back, and I'm going to point out as we're headed that way that this does have the solid step entry, and it has a key-coated door handle. Nice big grab handle to get up and in. And the jacks on this, the stabilization jacks, they are standard, but I actually like that. They run up and down really fast with the drill. They're cheap and easy to replace, unlike the electric ones. We have a ladder that leads up to our fully walkable roof. You can even see that max air vent from here. And below that, we're prepped for a Furrion backup camera. This is plug and play, all the wiring's right there, so all you have to do is pop off the panel, hook it together, and you're good to go. Down low, we have a 2-inch receiver hitch. This is not intended for tandem towing though. This is intended more for like a bike rack or a storage rack for like bringing along extra cargo or firewood. Here on the off-door side, right at the rear, we have our power. So this is where our main shore line runs out. Above it, we've got black tank flush. We've got our outside shower. That seems to be pretty standard across the board these days. You can see that slide that houses our couch is out. And then at the very front, hiding up under the bed, our water heater, our tank fill, so if you wanted to carry water with you, that's where you're putting it in, our city water connection, as well as our cable or satellite in, and a spot specifically for putting antifreeze in. When we look into this pass-through storage, we'll notice a couple of things on this side we've set to the side. This does come with a wheel for that front tongue jack. And formerly, they used to put in a water filtration system inside. I think they've done away with that. I haven't confirmed this with my Rockwood representative, but they're packaging it with this inline filter now. So I think that's kind of what they're switching to. They're just giving it to you along the way. That brings us to our front cap. Again, fit and finish, attention to detail. This thing's got it all. It's really cool, even at the front cap. This is a molded fiberglass front cap. This is super resistant to damage. It's aerodynamic. We've got that automotive grade windshield and wonderful accent lighting up here for hooking up, hitching up, loading up. Big 2-system LP here. So 2 big tanks for our LP. Most of the time on a small single axle trailer, we just see 1 LP tank. And as I mentioned inside, the battery box is capable of hosting 2 batteries. Power tongue jack, standard hitching, but something that Rockwood does that I think is neat, they've given us this little hooky-doo on the side, and that's going to allow us to clip our chains and our 7-pin back into place just for storage purposes. It just keeps everything nice and neat. I love that. I think overall, this is an awesome little trailer for getting outside and just experiencing nature, going to state parks, taking it out to places where you might not go with a larger trailer. It could go off the grid pretty easily and can be set up to do even more. If you like this, please like and subscribe. We could really use it. And until next time, guys, happy camping.